number of software engineers and designers on the secretive project could fit in a small conference room. If you ask me about the first iPad, I might refer to it as K48, the internal code name we developers used before Steve Jobs and the marketing department picked a real product name. Today, on the day I'm reading this introduction, hundreds of millions of people will use these Apple products. And if you count the browsers on Windows and Google Android that use code based on the Safari browser I helped develop, then the number of daily users runs to well over 1 billion. Perhaps it's closer to 2. Yet, we never thought about such big numbers. We were too busy focusing on small details. Every day at Apple was like going to school, a design-focused, high-tech product creation university, an immersion program where the next exam was always around the corner. With that intensity came an insistence on doing things right, and, without explicitly trying to do so, we developed an approach to work that proved particularly effective for creating great software. My goal is to share our approach with you, to explain the way we worked. To begin this discussion, I've identified 7 elements essential to Apple's software success. Number 1, inspiration. Thinking big ideas and imagining what might be possible. Number 2, collaboration. Working together well with other people and seeking to combine your complementary strengths. Number 3, craft. Applying skill to achieve high-quality results and always striving to do better. Number 4, diligence. Doing the necessary grunt work and never resorting to shortcuts or half measures. Number 5, decisiveness. Making tough choices and refusing to delay or procrastinate. Number 6, taste. Developing a refined sense of judgment and finding the balance that produces a pleasing and integrated whole. Number 7, empathy. Trying to see the world from other people's perspectives and creating work that fits into their lives and adapts to their needs. Now, there weren't any company handbooks describing these elements. Nobody outlined this list in a new employee orientation. There weren't any signs affixed to the walls of our Cupertino campus exhorting us to collaborate. On the contrary, we felt on an instinctive level that imposing a fixed methodology might snuff out the innovation we were seeking. Therefore, our approach flowed from the work. This happened from the top down, stemming from the unquestioned authority and uncompromising vision of Steve Jobs, and it happened from the ground up, through the daily efforts of designers and programmers you've never heard of, people like me and my colleagues, some of whom I'll tell you about. You may have come to this book for a number of reasons, among them to find a from-the-trenches perspective on how an iconic American company worked, to hear the backstory on some of your favorite Apple products, or to learn something about the arcane craft of software development. But if you're expecting to read a handbook about the 7 elements that made Apple great, I hope you'll see that working in the Apple style is not a matter of following a checklist. While the 7 essential elements are a distillation of what we did on an everyday basis, they represent long-term discovery too. An important aspect of this book is the way we built our creative methods as a byproduct of the work as we were doing it. As all of us pitched in to make our products, we developed our approach to creating great software. This was an evolution, an outgrowth of our deliberate attention to the task at hand while keeping our end goal in mind. We never waited around for brilliant flashes of insight that might solve problems in one swoop, and we had few actual eureka moments. Even in the 2 instances in my Apple career when I did experience a breakthrough, and more about these later, there certainly was no nude streaking across the Apple campus like Archimedes supposedly did. Instead, we moved forward as a group in stepwise fashion, from problem to design to demo to shipping product, taking each promising concept and trying to come up with ways to make it better. We mixed together our 7 essential elements, and we formulated molecules out of them, like mixing inspiration and decisiveness to create initial prototypes, or by combining collaboration, craft, and taste to give detailed feedback to a teammate, or when we blended diligence and empathy in our constant effort to make software people could